Just a second. Okay, so I hope that I am audible and my screen is visible to you all. Uh, if so, then please tell me. Hello, am I audible, students, and my screen is visible?
Yes,
Yes or
ma'am.
no? No. So, welcome to the next session of General Engineering with me, and today's topic is parts of speech. Today, we're going to cover preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So far, we have seen that there are 8 parts of speech, namely noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So we have already covered noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, and adverb. Today we are going to see what preposition, conjunction, and interjections are. So noun, pronoun, types of pronoun, adjective, adjective order, then verb, types of verb, adverb, types of adverbs, then verb noun agreement. We have already covered that, and now we're going to learn what prepositions are. So simply, preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun or pronoun. The word that we use before a noun or a pronoun is called as a preposition. But what do preposition do? Preposition shows a direction, time, space, or location, or a relationship to an object, or it introduces the object. It introduces the noun. Okay. So the most commonly used prepositions are, if I'll give you some examples, so they are above, across, against, along, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, by, down, from, in, into, near, off. There's a difference between OF off and OFF off. Then on, to, towards, under, upon, with, within, and the list goes on. There are so many prepositions out there. So what we're going to do is I'll explain you how prepositions work. But before that, I'd like to share one thing with you all, that one of the most frustrating things about English is there are so few rules. So these collocations between, like, we are going to see the collocations between adjectives and prepositions now. So ones that you will just have to learn. There is no particular or no real rule with them. Okay, but you have me. I'll help you with how to with the knowledge of how to use preposition with adjectives. So before that, I'm going to tell you the types of prepositions. So basically, in all, there are 5 different types of prepositions. Okay. So we've learned so many, like right now I've given you so many examples of prepositions. Just a second, here they are, so many over here. So they are differentiated into different categories or different types. Okay. So first type is simple preposition, second is double preposition, third is compound preposition, fourth is participle preposition, and fifth one is phrase preposition. Okay. So Simple preposition, what is it? It's very simple. The simple words like at, for, in, of, on, over something, or under. Okay, so these are the few examples of simple prepositions. Whereas double preposition, it covers into, onto, upon, out of, or from within. Okay, so you can see the difference between simple and double prepositions. So similarly, compound preposition goes as it covers three words or three or more words in it. So for example, in addition to, on behalf of, I attended the meeting on behalf of my senior. Okay, that's an example of compound preposition. Or in the middle of, like she was lost in the middle of the night. Okay, so this is the example of compound preposition. Moving on to participle preposition, it's like the few examples are of participle prepositions: considering, during, concerning, or provided. Okay, the sentences in which these words come, these words stands for participle prepositions. Moving on to the last side, that is phrase prepositions. So few examples of phrase prepositions are on time, at home, before class, on the floor, and the list goes on. There are many more. Okay, so these are the few examples that I wrote it down. So I have told you what prepositions are. What is the preposition? Preposition is nothing but it it's a word or group of words used before noun. Okay, it introduces the object or it shows the direction, time, place, location, or relationship of a noun or a pronoun. All right, so I hope you all are good with this. I'll give you a few examples right now so that it'll give you a clearer picture of what or how prepositions are used. Okay, so first off, I'm having the very first example I've written over here. So the example, just a second, can I cursor it? Okay, so first example is I'm very proud dash my achievements. So anybody can guess what will come here in the blank space? I'm very proud dash my achievements. So of course I am proud, but what is that blank space? So I am proud of my achievements. Here of will come. Okay, so of is nothing but a preposition. Okay, so proud over here is nothing but an adjective. Okay, so I can give you more examples of this. For example, I am aware dash the situation. So I am aware of the situation. Or another one is the glass is full of juice, I can say. Okay, so of is a preposition here. Or else I can give you the example of like, I am not afraid of spiders. So of is a preposition, whereas afraid is an adjective. So another example I can give you of is you all are capable of speaking English. Of course, I know you all are. So that's how you can use of as a preposition in a sentence before an adjective. Okay, so I can give you some other examples. The second one we'll go with. So second one is I am very happy dash my teacher. Can anybody guess what will come in this blank space? I am very dash, I'm very happy dash my teacher. So happy over here is an adjective. What will come in this blank space? Okay, so I'll tell you, I am very happy with my teacher. The another example of with preposition is I am angry with my sister, or I am angry, I am getting annoyed with you, or I am bored with this game, or your teacher is pleased with your progress. So here, happy, angry, annoyed, bored, pleased, these are the adjectives, whereas with is a preposition. So there is a set of adjective with a particular adjective preposition goes with. Okay. So over here, what will come? Wait. Please pardon my handwriting. Oh, okay. So I'm very happy with my teacher. I hope you all are. All right. Then one more thing I'd like to add over here is the sentence that I've given you as an example is I am bored with this game. So where you use bored adjective, generally it goes with by. What you can say is, or how you can say is, I am bored by this game. Okay. But often what I have heard students use is, or people use is, of. I am bored of this game. Okay, so that's not a correct sentence. How you can say is I am bored with this game, or I am bored by this game. So we are done with of. We are done with with. Okay, so moving on. Um, Another example is I am slow dash running. So okay, good if it right. So we are done with this as well. I'll give you a few more examples of preposition at. So you can say, I am not very fast at typing, or yeah, I am not very fast at running. You can say that's nothing but I'm slow at running. All right. So moving on to the fourth example, are you interested dash of politics? Are you interested with politics? Are you interested at politics? Can anybody guess? Answer will come in. I am interested in politics. Okay, over here. All right. Moving on with the another preposition. These are the examples of preposition, and I'm teaching you how to use it in a sentence or how to identify it in a sentence. So next one is we have you are responsible dash your own actions. Okay, so anybody can guess what preposition will come here? You are responsible dash your own actions. So you are responsible okay F O R, and that's for. You are responsible for your own actions. That's the correct preposition. So we are done with of, with, at, in, and for. Okay. Now the another example that I can give you is Nagpur is famous for. What Nagpur is famous for? Sauji. So Nagpur is famous for Sauji. Another example I can give you is these shoes aren't suitable for dancing. Okay, so this is another example of for preposition. Moving on, I am keen tennis. So I am keen of tennis. I'm keen with tennis. I'm keen what tennis. So the correct answer is, I hope you all guessed it right. That is on. I am keen on tennis. Okay, I love tennis. Okay, so it means that I'm keen on tennis. Okay. So on is the right preposition over here, and keen is the adjective. Then the last example that I have written for you guys is, I am a fan dash tennis. So I guess you can guess it now. I am a fan dash tennis, or I am fond dash tennis. What will come here? Very good if you have guessed it correctly. So I am a fan of tennis, or I am fond of tennis. So these were the few examples of how to use preposition, or how to identify preposition, or how to use preposition along with the adjectives, okay, in a sentence. So we have of, with, at, in, for, on over here, okay, with the adjectives as proud, happy, slow, interested, responsible, keen, fond, fan, etc. There are many more. Okay, so these were the few examples of preposition. Now I'll explain you the same using a different point of view, a different use at, on, in. What we're going to start with, start with at. Okay, so if I'll take an example of transportation. Okay, transportation means a mean of traveling, any sort of vehicle, like transportation mean, which carries you from one place to another. It can be anything. It can be plane or a bullock cart, anything. So at, for transportation, at, there is nothing like, here we have at, on, in, and by. At, I love it because it is very specific, very specific, so you always know where you are exactly. uh, the problem I've told you, for transportation, at doesn't have anything. So let's go on to the next one. Next one we have on. So on. On is used for, let's say, large vehicles or large way of traveling, such as trains, buses, planes. Over here I've written trains, buses. Okay, buses. Sorry, it's not plane, it's PL, plane. PLA, not IPLANE. Please excuse me for that. All right. So on, you can be on a train, bus, plane, boat, anything. Okay. But there is an exception over here. There is definitely an exception. So I'll come back to the boat later. So on the train, on the bus, don't have your own train, plane, or bus. So you usually share it with a bunch of people. Okay, obviously we don't have, like, a normal people, common people don't have their own train, their own buses, or their own plane. But I'm talking about the common people. So when you share a meal with a bunch of people, so it's a large thing. So we say you are on the bus because it covers a big area, okay, and you share it with a group of people. So there are so many people sitting in that area. When I get to a location, like, you'll see what I mean. Whereas, okay, so I'll tell you how you can say train, bus, plane. You can say it on. Okay, on. Why? Because A, it's a larger platform, and B, you are sharing it with a bunch of people. Boat is a small exception. Why? Because for many people in the world, they have their own boats, because maybe they go for fishing or rowing, which is a type of boat that you go by yourself. Okay, it's a small one. You have it by yourself. So in that situation, you can use in, in this one. Okay. So if the boat is small enough, say in. I am in a boat right now. But if it's a big boat, a big boat, you have to say I am on a boat. Okay, boat. Yeah. So another exception. Another exception is for on rule is bicycle. If we are talking about on, then another exception is bicycle. I know I said big vehicles, when to use on for big vehicles, but a bicycle is small, just remember, and it doesn't really have a motor or engine. So we kind of give it its own thing, because you have to sit on the bicycle and you can never really be in a bicycle, right? Try to, understand the difference. You can be on a bicycle, you cannot be in a bicycle. Is that good? Okay, I hope so. Okay, now let's go to in, third one. Okay, at for transportation, on for transportation, now in for transportation. So in is funny because there are only two things for in. First is car and another one is taxi. So I have marked it as asterisk over here. I have marked it over here. Why? Because it's an exception. Boat was an exception. I told you how. Boat was an exception. You can use it in and on both for boats. Okay. So uh, in we use for car and taxi. The easy way to think about it is usually you own your own car. Okay, I have told you that you don't own, a common people don't own a train, bus, or a plane, but you own your own car, right? So when you own your own thing, you can say in for that, or you can use in preposition for that. Okay, so it doesn't belong to a group of people. People don't just get in your car every time you open the door, right? Or so that's your own, your private thing. And a taxi, well, when you are in a taxi, it is kind of your own car. You pay the driver and you keep the car for that particular time. So this is one of those few cases where, because it belongs to me, I am in the car or I am in the taxi, because the taxi belongs to me as long as I pay the money. It's one of those, funny exceptions, you can say. So I don't know why, because you can put more people in car, but I guess because you can actually own this transportation, it's yours. Think of it like a small boat. The small boat, one person is in it, you can be inside of it. Okay, so you can be in a boat, you can be on a boat. Okay, but you can be in a car or you can be in a taxi. All right then, the last one we are going to do is by, by. Okay, so by is different. When we talked about in and on, you are like, we are talking about how you are in a vehicle or on a transportation mode. So are you sitting on a bicycle? I can see you on it. A boat is on the water. Okay, but by just means how did you get there? Try to understand it. So when someone responds to you with by car or by plane, they are saying that's how they got there. So how did I get here to take your class to the college? Well, yes, I was in my car and drove here, but I would like to tell somebody I got here by car, not by bus. Okay, I was in my car, but I got here by car. Understood the difference between? Okay, so uh, that would tell them the difference in the transportation I took. How did you go there? This will answer this question. Okay, so that's by is how you did it, and the way you traveled is here, in and on. Remember, this in and on. Remember, there is a small exception for small vehicles. So a small boat you can be in, and a bicycle, you are always on the bicycle because people see you sitting on it. Okay, we are good. Okay, all right then. Now that is the lesson for transportation. Now let's look at the location. Okay, so you will notice the same rule or idea applies over here as well. Remember, I said I like at because it is very specific at particular point. Okay, here means only here. Okay, it is very specific. You can see this point I'm drawing right now. Okay, so notice the dot, it is very specific. So I can give you an example of meet me at my house. Okay, so that does not mean down the street. That does not mean in another city. It means my house right there only. Okay, you at my house. So it is very specific, very precise. Okay, meet at my house, specific location. Okay, or you can give any other location for that. Okay, at that means right there. You can see the number exactly and the place. Okay, very specific. Now, moving on to on. Okay, let's see here. I drew this over here. Why? Because this is a surface. It's a surface. This is a dot, but this is a surface. Sorry. So, this is why I said on the bus, the train and the plane. They are big. They have an area. Okay, and because of that, we say on because you stand in an area. Okay, so on. We put things on the table. Okay, in I can use the same thing. That's the next one. In there is a surface, but you have to go over and in something like inside. Can you see? I drew this over here. So how you can say it, you go in. Okay, in this inside this box. Okay, in. I hope you can see this arrow over here. All right. So remember, on a surface and in a particular thing. So this is now in. So in usually you have walls or something surrounding you that you can look up and see the walls, okay, beside like surrounding you. You will see there's the board and there are three walls right now where I am. There's one side is my laptop and another three sides I'm covered with my with the wall of the room. So I am in this room, okay. So but I am standing on the floor. Okay, I am not standing in the floor, I'm standing on the floor. So if so many of you know, like last one we'll go with by. So by, many of you know close and near. You are close to or you're near to, or you can say I'm by that building for an example. So if you think of two things here, you can say like supposedly there is a red building where you are right now. So how you can say that I have parked my car by the red building. Okay, I hope you understood how to use by to specify the location. I have parked my car by that red building. Okay, so it is very similar to close or near. So I hope we are good with this. Now I'm going to deal with time. Okay, now we have seen the location, what we have seen? Location. I shouldn't write, I guess. I should not definitely, but okay. I started, so I'll end it. Location, we are done. We are done with transportation or mean. Transportation mean I'll write because it's smaller and easier to write for me. Now we'll deal with time. Okay, TIME, time. Mean, M. All right. So how to use time or how to use prepositions for time. Now I'm going to deal with real time. We will start at at at. Okay, we'll start with it, then we'll move on to on and in and by. So at, remember I said very specifically, that's why I like it, because at is very specific. So this is when you say things like at 9:50 a.m. or at 12 sharp, exactly. Like as I told in my message that class will start sharp at 1, or the class will start sharp at 2 o'clock. So be present there, be there on time. So this is how you say, this is how you use the preposition for time, at very specific. So it is very specific time when we deal with hour and minutes. Hours, actually your hours and minutes. It is very specific. So what time will I meet you? At 10:30? Very specific. It doesn't mean 12 or it doesn't mean 10:15. No, 10:30 means 10:30, at 10:30 specifically. Okay, so on. Now moving on to on. When we talk about on, we talk about days. Okay, so days is like again a capital. Like imagine there are 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and goes till 24. It covers this entire space. Okay, so days, we'll use on for days. For example, on Monday, on Tuesday. And if you're confused, I've told you how to think. It's a big thing. 24 things are there. Okay, covering a day. So it's kind of got a surface to it. Okay, so how you can say on Christmas day, on my birthday, okay, on Teacher's Day. So that's how you use on preposition for day. Okay, so if you have a word that has a day in it, you can use on. Okay, so okay, on the holiday, you can say that as well. On the holiday, you can say it because it's got day. Make it easy and simple and clear. Okay, day, on with day, done. Okay, now we've talked about specific time with at and on the day. Now let's look at in. Okay, when I say something like in September, what I'm talking about are long period of time when we can say that for years, months, week, year. Long, Long, long time. Okay, so we are talking about long time, longer time, like means a month, a week, a year, likewise. Okay, so for instance, I can even go back in the past and say in 1992 or in 2005 or in 2007, I completed my graduation. Likewise, you can use in. Okay, so or you can say in September, I will buy a bike, you can say. So this is how you use in for a longer time of period. Now we are talking about specific time as we did in on and at, but this I'm going to go with the last one, and we're going to go by this by. Okay, by is fantastic because it's the end of a specific time. If I say I needed done by tonight. That means that's it. I want you to submit your homeworks by today evening, by today 5 p.m. Okay, so that means that's it. By that time, you have to do it. That's the end. Okay, it ends the conversation. Okay, it ends the time. Okay, it's the end time. Okay, so I hope you understood when you have to use by, in, on, at for transportation, location, and time. So, I've told you to use at, on, in, by for transportation, location, and time. We'll move on now to the next session, to the next slide. And the next slide brings us to conjunction. So what a conjunction is. Okay, what does a conjunction mean? So conjunction is nothing but a word that joins the words or different phrases or different clause or sentences. Okay, it just joins. Okay, it joins, it connects the sentences. So for example, we have but, and, yet, or, because, nor, although, since, unless, while, where, etc. There are many conjunctions that joins two or more sentences or words, phrases, or clause. Okay, so here I've written one example that goes as she bought a shirt and a book. Okay, so it is joining the sentence. Okay, the two main type of conjunction are subordinating and coordinating. Okay, there are also another type of conjunction which is known as correlative conjunction, which joins the sentences. Okay, you see the difference between them. But the coordinating conjunction connects words, phrases, and clause of equal importance. Okay, so conjunction like for, so, because, and or. Okay, they are easy. You say them regularly. Okay, my friend and I, uh, you're going to prom with him or her. So this is an example, right, of a common conjunction you use. And we used to join words, clause, phrases, I've told you, together. So the people, another example I can give you is, the people I saw and my friends were happy. So two sentences, we joined it with the use of and, with the use of a conjunction. So these are the type of conjunction. Coordinating conjunction, a single word that joins similar words or phrases or elements. Subordinating conjunction also joins similar words, phrases, or elements but exists in pairs. Okay, and correlative conjunction, they are actually adverbs that are used as conjunctions. Okay, so these are the main three types of conjunction. So correlative conjunction is the same kind of things as, like you are joining statements. Okay, when I say pair, it's like things together. Okay, I'll show you some examples. I'll give you some examples. So examples are like I have written here. We'll start with either or, either dash or. Okay, so it's a choice. Just think of it as a choice. If in a sentence you are given a choice, that means it is going with either or. Okay, if it's a choice. Okay, and it should be positive. All right, a positive choice. I'll give you, for example, uh, either. Okay, that's a funny one, but an interesting one. So this sentence goes as, either you pay me the money back or I'll break your leg. So I hope nobody says that to you ever, but this is an example. So either you pay me the money back now or I break your legs. So we have either or in one sentence. So it's your choice. Just pay it back. Don't borrow anything from anybody, or you will see the consequences. So this is how this sentence goes. Okay. So you have a choice, whether you like it or not. That choice you have to make. Okay, so the second one is not only but also. Okay, so it kind of go with surprise. Okay, so uh, surprise if the case, in the case we are saying, like I'll give you an example. Not only she was happy, but she also got married. So not only she was happy means there was a surprise because she was happy with that surprise, and another part is, but she also got married. So there's even more surprise. So it's a correlative pair. We talked about the idea of surprises. You put this plus this, okay, like this plus this. So surprise plus more surprise. Understood? So it goes with surprise. Not only, but also. She was not only happy, but also she got married. Okay, very, very surprised. Okay, so in our third case, we talked about negation. So negation is a negative word generally used in a negative sentence, like when you want to deny something or when you want to say no, or likewise. So it's either or, neither nor, sorry, not either or, it's neither nor. Na ye, na wo. Okay, Hindi translation. All right. So, uh, like I can give you an example. Not you or your friends should attend the party. Okay, so this is an example where you can use this word. So obviously it's a negative sentence because obviously you will feel bad if somebody says you that neither you nor your friends are allowed to attend the party. So that's how it goes. Okay, it's a negation, neither nor. Okay, a lot of students have problem with, I'll tell you, with his neither. Okay, lot of problem because uh, either it is neither nor or neither. Okay, many people say neither, neither this nor that. Yeah. By the way, they are the same thing. I'll tell you. Whether you say neither this nor that, or you say neither this nor that, it's the same thing. Okay. Not much difference. It's just the uh, area where you use the native people. It depends on where people are using it or who are using it. There are different areas like where people speak English in different ways, so it depends on them. So you go with neither or you go with neither, it depends on you completely. Okay, so there's nothing grammatically correct or incorrect over here. Okay, it's correct only grammatically. So I'll go with neither. You can choose yours. So it's not better, it's not worse, it's just a preference in style. Okay, neither nor. It means not this and not that. It's not a choice. Okay, so people generally confuses it with either or because you have a choice. But this means this is not true and that's not true. Both are not true anymore. Okay, so it's a negation. It's a negative. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, it makes everything negative. So finally, the last one we have both dash and. So it is including. How? How is it inclusive? We'll see. You know, both my brother and my father loves basketball. Both my brother and my father loves basketball. I'll repeat, both my brother and my father loves basketball. So we got both in the sentence and we got and in this sentence. We are including both in the sentence. Both and. So it is inclusive. Okay, my brother, I am saying there are two parts and the secondary part is included with the first part. So it's an inclusive thing, including thing. Okay, so I'll give you some more examples of this. For example, first one, it goes as, they told me to either buy the shoes or put them back. Either buy the shoes or put them back. Choice. I'll start the pointer. Okay. Either put the shoes or either buy the shoes or put them back. Okay. Not only the second one is not only did it smell, but it also tastes bad. Not only did it smell, but it also tastes bad. Okay, I'm very surprised at my food. Not only it smelled bad, but it also tastes bad. Okay, I was very surprised over there. Okay, how did this happen? All right. So the third one is the dog neither ate nor sleep that night. Okay, so poor dog, it neither ate nor sleep that night. Another example of negation. The last one is uh, okay, Mr. or anyone. We'll say we'll use Mr. X. So Mr. X was both funny and modest about his adventures. Okay, it is including he was both funny and modest. Modest is nothing but like you have achieved it, okay, a big thing, but you are being very polite about it. You are not bragging, you're not going to people and saying, you are not bragging about it. You're being modest, you're keeping it calm, you're keeping it inside, and you're just enjoying it within yourself. So that's a modest feeling, that's a modest word, that's what a modest word means. Okay, so this was an example of this. I'll give you one more example of these four: inclusive choice, negation, and surprise. So first one is not only was it of great quality, but it was also cheap. So guess whether it will be a choice, surprise, negation, or including, or in what it will be. Not only was it of great quality, but it was also cheap. All right. It's a surprise. Yes, I got a good thing, and that too on a cheaper price. So, a surprise. The second one is both the man and his dog were sleeping. So, both the man and his dog were sleeping. It is including. The third one is neither the woman nor the man were happy with the answer. So, neither nor happy with the answer. It is a negation. Either you watch the program or we turn off the television. This is nothing but a choice. Either you watch the program or we'll turn off the television. Okay, so these are the few examples I have given you of conjunction. So so far we've got preposition, its type, conjunction, its types with examples. We'll move on to the last segment, that is interjection. So an interjection is a word, phrase, or sentence that expresses emotion. Okay, it expresses emotion or feeling. These emotions, like it can be anything, but it proceeds with a punctuation mark. Okay, punctuation mark. I can give you for an example or an exclamation mark. Geez, my research paper is late. Okay, the paper I was working on is late. So how will I say geez? My research paper is late. Okay, this is how you express it. Okay, it's a emotion that you were expressing, okay, or you're feeling. So an interjection is a word or phrase that is grammatically independent from the words around it. Okay, it is purely this word itself. So it mainly expresses the feeling rather than the meaning. Okay, don't go for a meaning of it, just go with the feeling of it, feeling behind it. Okay, interjection are common in speech and are much more common in electronic messages, like you do in your Google, or not Google, like WhatsApp, or what you have these days, whatever, like Instagram, or the similar one. You know better than me. All right. So an interjection is a word added to a sentence to convey the emotion and a sentiment such as surprise, disgust, joy, excitement, or enthusiasm. For example, no, go away. So no is an interjection. Indeed, I intend to leave as soon as possible. Indeed, I'll leave. Okay, that is like for sure. I will. As soon as possible, I'll leave. Like you guys must be thinking. All right then. Moving on to the types of interjection. So these are the basic types of interjection. That is primary interjection and secondary interjection. So primary interjection are the words that are primarily interjections and do not function as any other parts of speech. Okay. So it goes as ah or aha. Okay, so usually they say when they want to get an attention that okay fine, I'm going to say something, so listen to me, likewise, or blah, boo, boohoo, whatever. We have long list, okay, g's, or whatever, omg, oops, ouch, poof, pew, whatever, okay, yippee, yuck, and many more, yum. Okay, so these are the primary kind of interjections. Okay, I'll give you the example. Oh my God, I'm late for school. Okay, so there's one thing, one way of saying, of including an interjection in a sentence. The second one is, phew, that was a close shave. Okay, like that was close one. Like I was about to get into an accident, but I saved myself. Phew, that was close shave. That was close one. Like this. Or hooray, he has set a new record today. So yay, happy, a happy expression. Okay, or gee, what a good idea. Like, wow, it's a wow feeling. So this is an example how you say your interjection or how you incorporate your interjection in your uh, sentences or in your speech. Okay, so secondary interjection, where noun, adjective, and other parts of speech serves as interjections, they are called secondary interjections. Okay, so lists are agreed, all right, awesome, bother, then bull, cheer, school, dear, easy, exactly, excellent, finally, good, and the list goes on. We have so many, holy cow, like that's a negative word, don't say that. Okay, so indeed, or you might have often heard people say, man, oh man, man, that was a great show. So that's where this expression goes with. Okay, or oh brother, oh boy, or anything, like there's so many, welcome, and just an exclamation mark. Okay, or whatever, exclamation mark, and end of the sentence, not conversation but sentence, or yes in caps and with n uh, exclamation mark. Okay, so examples I'll give you. Great, I'd love to watch a movie with you. Or hello, is Carla there, please? Okay, hello, is Carla there, please? Or here, have a cup of cold coffee. Here, have a cup of cold coffee when you offer it to someone. Okay, so these were the examples of primary and secondary interjections. Now, I have told you, well, an interjection is a word or phrase that a speaker can use to show its feeling or emotion, or it's normally used in spoken English. It can be used in written English as well, like in stories, if the author wants to show how a character is feeling. Okay. And the thing is, if you want to improve your conversation, you really need to know how to use the interjections and also understand them. Okay, I hope now you know how to, use the interjections. I don't know whether you read or not, but I like reading, so I would recommend you to please read, like buy any book, any book. It can be story book, it can be a novel, any kind of novel, thriller or horror, anything. It can be a sci-fi novel or a book. So just read something, keep on reading things. Reading will improve your language a lot, a lot. It will improve your vocabulary. It will improve your, the limitations of the words that you have. Okay, I know, I have seen my students often suffering for, getting other words. Okay, they stop and they, they take a pause and they search for words. Okay, because they think that if they'll use better words, then their conversation will get enhanced. So where do you learn these words, or how to learn to incorporate them? So by reading is the best way. So buy a novel and read it, okay, anything. And then what you can do is you can interchange it. Once you're done with your novel, once you finished it, you can give that novel to your friends and you can borrow their novels. So likewise, you can keep on reading, and reading is always best thing to do. Anyway, so now we'll move on to the categories of interjection. So generally, there are three categories of interjection, namely volitive, emotive, and cognitive. So I'll give you the example of volitive interjection, which goes as or however you want to pronounce it, or enough, and then an exclamation mark. So I don't know whether you have watched Harry Potter or not, but that's one of my favorite TV series. So if you know the professor named Dumbledore there, so I'll give you an example. Whenever he wants to say something, because there are so many students in a hall and it's very chaotic sometimes, so it gets chaotic sometimes. So if he wants to get an attention of students, what he do is he he shouts, okay, enough, and then everyone gets silent. So after that, he say whatever, like we'll have vacations from next week. So that's good news. So whatever. So that's how you can use it. You can use, or in a capital letter, go, exclamation mark. Okay, shoo, or silence. There, yo, please. Okay, so you can use them. Okay, in a best way as you can. So, shh, the dog is asleep. That's an example. Or, hey, come here and take a look at this butterfly. Or, I have a suggestion you might find useful. Okay, before starting a sentence, if you want to attract the um, uh, person's attention, so you say, I have a suggestion you might find useful. Okay, now emotive interjections. So emotive interjections covers this word people, like I have heard that usually this generation use this word a lot. So so it's like that, a cute puppy, a cute baby, we use this with an exclamation mark. So, or blah, or brother, please, or eek, you, good grief, or lol, that was a nice joke, or ouch, and the list goes on. Okay, so for example, good grief, what a mess you have made, good grief. Okay, like it's like what have you done? It's a surprise, a negative surprise emotion. Okay, or rats, I forgot my mobile on the shop's counter. Okay, like it's like shit, but you don't use that word because that's a that word, I can say. So you can replace it with rats. Okay, it depends how comfortable you are with words. Okay, or yippee, my vacation has finally started. Okay, so yippee, happy feeling, happy emotion. So it is an emotive interjection. The last one is cognitive interjection. So cognitive interjection covers many things. Again, aha, alas, bingo, or bravo. And the list goes on. So bravo, you wrote a good essay. And that's a good thing. If a teacher says you, if a teacher gives you that compliment, so that's a good thing. So bravo, you wrote a good essay. Or Eureka, I found my lost necklace. It's a happy emotion. Okay. Or yay, two flowers buds have grown on my plant. So I'm happy. Yay, two flower buds have finally grown on my plant. So these are the cognitive interjections, and the list goes on. There are so many, so I'll just summarize it for you. So there are different interjections for different emotions, like interjection for greeting, interjection for joy, for approval, attention. Over here I have written greeting, joy, approval, attention, surprise, sorrow, or understanding or misunderstanding. Okay, so greeting interjection goes with, I'll give some example: hello, hey, hi. Joy, hooray, or however you want to pronounce it, hurrah, or wow. Or then approval means look, listen. behold, hush, or shh. Okay, it goes like that. I don't know how much you're understanding, but I hope you do understand. Okay, then attention. Bravo, brilliant, well done. Okay, you are giving attention to someone's hard work. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Okay, then surprise. Ah, what? Oh, ah, and the list goes on. So this is how a surprise interjection goes as. Okay, or sorrows, alas. Ah, you know, with a down feeling, or oh, ouch, something bad happened. Likewise, a sorrow, a bad thing. Anyway, the last one is interjection for understanding or misunderstanding. So it goes as aha. So it was you. Aha. So it was you. Okay. Understanding. I understand. So it was you. Or ah, I got it. I got it. I understand. I understand you. I got it. We are good with it. Okay. Or I didn't get it. I didn't get it. What are you saying? I am not able to understand it. I didn't get it. Or, oh, so this was this. So this why it is supposed to be done. Okay, I understand now. So this why it is supposed to be done. Oh, I understand it now. So this is how interjection works. Okay, so sorry. All right. So quickly, I'll give you two questions over here now. I want you all to read the questions and try to like tell, guess, not guess, but give me an answer. Okay, whatever you think of, and we'll see how much have you got it. Okay, so please give me your answers now. For the first question is advice is what? Advice, it's a verb or it's a noun or it's an adjective or it's both a verb and a noun. So you can unmute yourself and answer, or you can just write the answer in the chat box over here. All right, students, just any guess you can try to answer. Noun, advice. Okay, if it is ADVICE over here instead of CE, if it is SE, it will be a verb. Okay, but since it is a CE, it's a noun. Okay, the second question is who dash was coming to see us this evening? So this question has to be framed with an auxiliary verb. Of the situation. So, for example, be, do, have, can, could, may, might. Okay, if you guessed be, then that's the correct answer. Will be, and with this is the end of our session, today's session. I hope you are intersections, and I hope you will be able to use this in your GATE examination. Okay, so if you have any doubt now, please write your doubts in the text section over there, or you can unmute yourself and ask, or whatever. You can just ask me like, in any way you're comfortable with. All right. Yes, Swati, you got it right. It's B. The answer is B of second question. Very good. Anybody else have any doubt? All right. If not, then I'll conclude this session. If you have any doubt, then please ask. Please go ahead. All right. Okay. So at least tell me that whether you understood the session or not. All right. Okay then. I'll conclude this session now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you so much, Prajakta. Thank you.